Welcome back, everyone, to another Market Open live stream. Today is the day that Mind Medicine gets uplisted. And take a look at this. We actually don't have to wait for pre-market data because it's been uplisted. It's official. We get not only pre-market data, we'll get aftermarket data, but the stock is also up 20.4% in the pre-market. Now, we got to keep an eye on it. It is starting to red candlestick a little bit. The big tell on this stock, in my opinion, is really going to be in the first 15 minutes of trading here. In the first 15 minutes, is this going to become a sell the news, or is the rally going to continue on Mind Medicine? Remember, over $5, you're not a penny stock. Right now, you are not a penny stock at $5.66 on Mind Medicine. You've got Nano Dimension. Nano Dimension up again. Yesterday they were up 8-9%. Today they are up again at 12.5%. We mentioned it here yesterday on the live stream. Nano Dimension, wouldn't surprise me if it follows the microvision run and goes back to something like a 16. Folks, here you go. It's on its way. It's up 12% literally the next day. You got ZOM 11.5% and running a little bit right into the opening bell here. The Gamestop up again 9.6%. The momentum rally is intense right now. And this is all a big question here. How long is this rally going to continue? But geez, I mean, right now it's doing very well. Let's see what else is doing well here. Penn Gaming back to we're still not over 100 on Penn. So Penn's sitting at 93.75 right now. Pre-market, we are up 3.84. Clever's up a little bit. We got a THCB up a 3.61, ChargePoint up 3.55, Upstart up 3.2. That's another potential momentum one to keep an eye on. IPOE 2.7. What do we got here? Express also green. EXPI 2.1%. So what's doing poorly today? Let's sort by reds and we'll come back to the mids. So we got Hydrofarm kind of getting beat up again here. OCGN and Playboy Luminar, these guys have run like 3 days in a row. OCGN down like 7% now. And the next one here at Playboy, it's only down 3.2%. So really not a lot of losers with the exception of OCGN and Hydrofarm. But again, OCGN has moved crazy amounts over the last few days. So a little bit of a breather here. Tesla down 2.5% after kind of a boring earnings report yesterday. Not just a boring earnings report, but also maybe a little bit underwhelming, kind of right along expectations, nothing juicy, no announcements. And there you go, down 2.4 or 2.5% now. Genius down 2. You've got Redfin down about 0.8, also taking a little bit of a breather here from yesterday's run of 9.4%. Roblox 0.44% to the downside. And this is after a nice 4.3% run yesterday. BNGO taking another little breather, down 1%. So really, I mean, you're not really seeing a big sell-off here relative to what we've had yesterday. Let's say overall we've got probably more green, maybe 3 greens for every 2 reds. But the greens are a lot deeper than the reds that we're seeing. Again, the big focus this morning is going to be, we got to watch what's going to happen with Mind Medicine. Is this going to be a sell the news, or is this going to sustain? Is this going to sustain over $5? Keep in mind, I will be interviewing the CEO. What is today? Today's Tuesday, so tomorrow morning at 11:30 a.m. Pacific time with Kevin O'Leary. Also, keep in mind that coupon code is down below for Cinco de Mayo. Check that out for the amazing programs on building your wealth and the private live streams every day the market is open. All right, so looking at the pre-market here, trying to understand a theme, but really the only theme here I would say is momentum. Marathon 2.33, Upstart, SOS. We've got Microvisions over here at 2.5%, holding on to that leap yesterday. I mean, the insane leap of 47% yesterday, and really kind of off the back of, I would say, I mean, little news. I think it was just a massive, a rally that we've had after the massive SPAC sell-off that we've seen, and massive sell-off of many different companies, not just SPACs, Microvision, and the others. But also a massive pump on CNBC yesterday. Huge pump on CNBC. So really, really good if you're holding it. And that strength is continuing. In the sort of middle grounds, and we'll sort of see where they go. We've got TTCF up 1.57, Express 1.15, CCIV 1.09, Beyond Meat coming back a little bit. Beyond Meat kind of sat there in the 120s yesterday a little bit, coming back a little bit right over the 130s again here. Enphase another 0.74 today, Piton 0.5%. Little gains here. Etsy's coming back a tiny little bit, 0.4, but it did lose 4% yesterday on a down rating. And then we've got a bunch of stuff in between. Pinterest down 0.65%. So all eyes on Mind Medicine. Keep an eye on this. We are now about 1 minute, about 90 seconds away from the opening bell. We'll take a peek here at the 10-year Treasury while we wait for the opening bell. Let's get back here. There we go. Let's see what's going on. We got, if we go to the 10-year, see how our activity is moving. Our inflation expectations, always good to measure. So jump on in with our line chart here. On the 10-year, we have a slight increase here. Take a peek at this. A slight increase to 1.589, so about 1.59. A little bit of a spike here on the opening. We'll take a peek at cryptos as well. Got about 50 seconds left to the opening bell. Let's see here. Bitcoin almost at 55,000 again. Really good move, up from that 53.5. Keep in mind, the other day we did a video where we tracked those 10-year Treasury yields with Bitcoin. And look at this. We're seeing the 10-year Treasury move up. We're seeing Bitcoin move up. It's just an interesting connection. It's just something to pay attention to. Dogecoin is at 27 cents. A little bit of a sell-off here in the AM. And Ethereum, and we got to get over to the bell. Ethereum's up at 25.59. Let's get ready for the bell.
You wouldn't want to go buy a Proctor. I'm doing a piece tonight on dividends because of the taxation on capital gains versus dividends should make those stocks more attractive.
Well, preferred dividends help a little bit.
Okay.
Here we go.
Guys, there's the opening bell. NYSE and the NASDAQ, of course. We'll see how the market absorbs a flood of information and a lot more coming later on tonight, as we said, with Microsoft, Google, Visa, Starbucks, AMD, and some others. Wow. Jim, I did notice HSBC expects to cut office space by 20%, speaking of the reopening, and cut business travel by half, David.
Yeah, I mean, again,
it's not a surprise.
Differing views of it, although I think we're also saying similar things when Jim and I talk about business travel and our expectations. If you have customers.
So taking a look at Mind Medicine here, it's up 9%. It's holding on to about 9%, but we are red candlesticking a little bit here. We're bouncing between 9 and 12% of an increase right now. We're fighting this red candlestick. See what happens. So right now it looks like Nano Dimension is outpacing Mind Medicine. Had a very, very nice rally here into the open. Also somewhat struggling to determine, are we going up or are we going down today? There's that red candlestick on Mind Medicine. Keep an eye on this one. Also potentially turning red on Nano Dimension. U-Time up 7.48%, up a little, also getting a little potentially red here. Gamestop also turning a little bit red in the first few minutes of trading here. I mean, it's still up 6.8%, but we're seeing those red candles come through. Clover at 9.53. Nice spike on Clover. Clover's doing a good rally potentially here. Good start. Watch this here. We got Nano Dimension still struggling to decide, is it going to rally or no? Mind Medicine is continuing to red candlestick here. Nano Dimension still struggling. Zom also red candlesticking. Let's see here. Naked brand. Naked's running. Naked is okay. There's a nice pattern going into the open. Naked running here. Naked up 5.3%. Naked's about to take over. Yeah, still struggling on Nano Dimension, Zom, Mind Medicine, trying to push back here. Still up 10%, still holding on to that 10% despite that red. It's really strong holding on to that 10%. A lot of selling pressure there. Penn National Gaming up 5%, solid green candle there. And Naked, still, I'm not sure. Okay, 4%. We'll see how that moves. Lyft, 2.9%. Moderna, 2.4. Square, 177. Nice move on Square. NGA, 1.67. What else do we have here? DoorDash, move in. 1.72. Does some nice greens here. Let's see. Square's moving really nicely. And Square's not generally considered to be by any means a momentum stock. Let's see what we got here. ChargePoint, somebody says moving down a little bit. Let's take a peek here. ChargePoint, yeah, ChargePoint moving down. You're right. Some red candles on ChargePoint. Tesla solidifying that 3% loss right now. This is the obviously the first minutes of market open here. Yesterday we were down about that 2.5 to 3% in the afters. Same in the morning. Same right now. About that 2.5%. Let's go take a peek. CCIV is down 1.3%. And let's see where NEO sits today. Grab it here. NEO's relatively flat, but slightly on the downside. Yeah, Hydrofarm is continuing to sell here at 9.62, solidifying a bit, 0.5% on CRISPR to the downside. There we go. Mind Medicine is recovering. Look at that. Through the sell news, folks. Pushing through the sell news. Hey, look, AMC just popped up. Oh my gosh, AMC just popped up. It's going to be another one of those days. Here we go. Wow, the momentum plays are having such a blast right now. Zom did give up its 10%. It is over $1, but it did give up its 10%. It's over. It's just about 4% right now. Mind Medicine holding on to the gains, pushing through that selling pressure at the open. Still up now 15% on Mind Medicine. That's absolutely incredible. Nano Dimension not faring as well. Still seeing some of that red candle sticking. And attention now focusing on Mind Medicine, now up 16% as the rally continues. Look at this, Sundial, 7.8% coming out of nowhere again, just on the opening here, pushing. It's the momentum. Every momentum play moving again. Let's take a peek here at the CNBC for a moment.
Yes. Well, it's the 20s again.
It is the 20s, Carl.
2000.
It's just like it's it's the roaring 2020s. And the competition is incredible. I thought they were all gone.
Jim, you're right about small business creation has been pretty resilient in the face of all of this. I think we had more than 2.1 million subway riders in New York City yesterday. That's a
okay. We'll come back off the subway riders here. So look at this, Microvision down 7 or 5% right now. Microvision is potentially rotating down. And these candlesticks are accelerating a bit. We're not seeing as much resistance on Microvision right now. They do continue to fight here. This could be the start of that trader sell-off on Microvision, especially as Mind Medicine is now public on Webull, Robinhood, and other exchanges. It is up 19% right now, pushing against these red candlesticks so hard. The red candlesticks are gone. We're about to rally past the opening price here. Here we go. We are really pushing on Mind Medicine. CTRM is pushing as well with 8.8%, but so is GameStop. Can't count GameStop out. When momentum moves, GameStop moves. Nano Dimension can't keep it up. Zom is fighting, not really. Also struggling here. Sundial showing its first red candlestick. Mind Medicine, though, it just went through. It went through brutality, and now it's rallying. Look at that, 20% now, and it's continuing to push. The candlesticks aren't even compressing. This is amazing. IPOE 3.06%. You've got Matterport up 2.3%, Pinterest up 2.2%, Doge 2.12%, AMD's up a little bit, Etsy's up a little bit, 1.4%, AMD 1.5-ish, Wayfair's up 1%, Amazon's up 1%. Changes here. No real excitement here. Enphase up 0.3%, no big deal. Apple 0.22, Tattooed Chef 0.17. I mean, these are pretty minor movements here. Tesla recovering a little bit. We got a nice green candlestick on Tesla here. Now only down 2.2% on the day. Microvision's down 7%. Microvision's continuing to push to the downside here, with Hydrofarm also accelerating some losses. Some of the airlines, Delta Airlines, Spirit, down about 1 to 1.5%. Norwegian Cruise Lines down slightly. Really, the money right now is, look at that, sitting here. Mind Medicine, 18, 19%. With GameStop almost at 10%. GameStop also showing really nice green candle pattern here, with the ZOM pushing again, 8.4. Nano Dimension 7. AMC gave up a little bit. AMC pulling back down, only up 4.4%. 4% now. Matterport coming up a little bit, 2.8%. Nice start to a run on Matterport. But golly, Mind Medicine. Mind Medicine's starting to slow down a little bit. 18, 19%. Somewhat stuck at that 18, 19%. GameStop just broke over 10%, 11%. GameStop pushing very, very nicely. And you do also have Nikola joining here at 4.2%, with AMC coming at 4.3% as well. Let's take a peek at CNBC, and we'll hop around for a moment.
That was just okay.
Yeah.
And he made, he's declared war on Toyota without even realizing it. And the call, David, we spent a lot of time talking about, panels, whatever.
And your point is, once you take into account the EV rebates, the Bitcoin gain, you don't really like the way the EBIT looks.
No, I don't. You see, but that's involved. That's doing homework. And I regret that I did the homework, because I could have come out here and said it was a great quarter.
Oh my gosh, Jim, are you serious?
Yes, bro.
Jim is suggesting that he's not happy with Tesla, and he did the homework, and he doesn't like it.
Yes, I hear you. I hear
mean,
you, Jim.
Lily,
A couple other stories this morning.
Jim was like the guy who was like, don't buy Tesla, until like a few months ago. Then it became, just buy Tesla. Don't buy any other electric vehicle company. Just buy Tesla. Now all of a sudden it's down 2%, and Jim doesn't like Tesla anymore.
The data that they had collected under Cambridge, and Zuckerberg obviously didn't take that advice. And now it's this thing, right? Now it's a real thing with iOS and consumers opting out, and sort of existential questions about the advertising model over at Facebook.
Carl, a lot of times I read.
It's so weird. He never liked Tesla until it had its insane rally. After its insane rally, anytime people are like, should I buy this EV company? They'd call in on the lightning rounds. Should I buy this electric vehicle company? It's the next Tesla. And he goes, Tesla's the next Tesla. Now it's down 2%. He's complaining about Elon Musk talking about solar panels. Come on, man. You are so stuck in today. You're so stuck in today. Focus on the future, man. Oh my gosh, just nonsense. And the flip-flop too is just got it. That's just so annoying.
Abby, thank you. Coming up, worlds apart, countries around the world.
It's like, oh, GameStop crashes from 400 to 40. It's I always knew the retail traders were going to get bitten. GameStop rallies yesterday. Jim Cramer tweets, GameStop to the moon. Ryan Cohen's executing my plan. Oh, come on, man. Come on, Jim. Can we get a little, just all we asked for, a little consistency, please. That's it. Just a little consistency. I haven't heard this before. Boomers have goldfish memory. What? Okay. All right. That's I wanted to highlight it, but I can't see where it went here. But anyway, somebody else said Nano Dimension has a new acquisition. Check your Twitter. People say check my Twitter, and I don't get notifications for some reason too well on Twitter. It's best if you could tag me in Discord, really. But we'll take a peek in a moment. What happened to Mind Medicine? Mind Medicine. What the heck? Red candlestick. Keep in mind, at the first 15 minutes here, you potentially have a lot of buying pressure from people who can now buy on new platforms. And we're hoping that buying pressure continues. But we are seeing a little bit of a pullback right now. All right. So GameStop also pulling back 6.8. Nano Dimension is trending down now. Zom barely holding on to its 5%. Sundial giving up its rally as well. Penn Gaming consolidating. Naked. Nope, Naked giving up as well. What happened? The entire momentum trade just fell apart. It literally just fell apart. What happened? What's happening? Even GHVI has paused its sort of a rally here. Yeah, look at this. Bitcoin now slightly lower. It was close to 55,000 there for a moment. Actually, it was at 55,000. Slightly lower. And yeah, Treasury did drop for a moment there. It does make you wonder that connection between the Treasury and Bitcoin. It's very, very real, or I should say, it's been very real for the last 4 months. How long it'll continue, I don't know. Microvision, oh my gosh, it's down 13% right now. Oh yeah. Wow, down 12% now. Actually, it looks like the entire market a little bit decelerating here. Take a look at this. We got CCIV is now down almost 3%. And so is Xpeng. Boy, oh boy, Xpeng's just been beat to crap. A great company, really trying to provide much more affordable options than even NEO in its competition against Tesla. EXPI, 2.3%. All to the downside here. NGA, look at that. Oh, that accelerating downtrend here on NGA, down 5%. My goodness. Microvision, 13. Microvision's continuing. Okay, what's happening here? What's happening? Mind Medicine struggling to keep on to 10% right now. GameStop, 6.6%. Still good. All right. Let's see. What is CNBC saying here?
Concerns. Prices are going to go up. They're not going to be able to pass them on. They are so far. This is expected to hold above 11% for the rest of 2021. That is the main reason. Margins continuing to hold up and earnings estimates continuing to rise.
This is at 3M.
See the S&P 500 at a new high. And guys,
oh, this is this is S&P. They were just talking about 3M. Now they're blending S&P margins,
passing on higher prices and earnings estimates rising. Goldilocks so far. We'll keep an eye on the rest of the year. Back to you.
All right, Bob. Thank you for that. Bob Pisani. Two-day Fed meeting begins today. Today's also the anniversary 10 years ago of the very first Fed press conference. Let's get to Rick.
Yes, and I'm sure the entire world is much better off because of these Fed press conferences and the contagiousness that all the other central banks have had, basically the same type of open communication. It's always best to know what's on the central bankers' minds, even though, of course, certain issues like inflation, it's very hard to understand exactly how they're going to combat some of this temporary higher prices they expect down the road. We'll get to that in a minute. Look at a 2-day of 10s. We're definitely consolidating. You can see that we're building on yesterday. And if you open the chart up month to date,
Jim Cramer just tweeted, Elon Musk can't sing and dance on SNL without a blowout quarter at Tesla. Man, what is this, Jim Cramer? Now you're just going all out bagging on Elon.
174 high closing price yields, which is currently the cycle high yield, low price. What we're really seeing is just a backing away, a taking off of the gas. It's not kind of an active retracement. It's more like a passive time out. And if you open
And we're going to pause here. Somebody says that Jim Cramer's been getting nailed by the Reddit crew, essentially. Has been wrecking him on Twitter. Well, I think somebody should put a bunch of clips together of Jim Cramer going, Tesla's the next Tesla. Buy Tesla. And then contrast that with this morning of, I did my homework. Tesla, short of regulatory credits and Bitcoin gains, don't see profit here. Oh, it's exhausting. It's exhausting. That's all it is. All right. GameStop. GameStop's actually leading the pack now. The momentum trade is softened here. We had a rally. It's not continuing anymore. The rally's falling. Voyager Digital's up 3.4%. But what happened? Where did Mind go? Where'd it go? Mind? Where is it? Oh my gosh. What? Mind Medicine just fell. It just went from 10% positive to negative 4%. What is happening? What is happening? Oh my gosh. Tesla's accelerating. It's about to be under 700. What is happening? Everything's going back down. Oh my gosh. Microvision. Okay, Microvision bouncing. Bouncing at about that negative 12%. Churchill Capital down 4%. More than Tesla's down. So I don't know if this is because the rumors are falling apart or whatever. I was never bullish on these Apple CCAV rumors, but I guess we'll see. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like everything all of a sudden is deciding to sell. Enphase just went negative. Tattooed Chef just went negative. Jeez, man. Penn Gaming's just stuck. GameStop trending down a little bit now, 5.4%. So what happened? Euphoria just literally turned into a buy, or like goodbye. This is yeah. This I think this is a good meme here from the course member Discord. I think this this epitomizes kind of what it feels like is happening right now. This is a little bizarre. So a little bit of a rotation here to the downside across the board here. Which I have to try to figure out what's going on. Macy's is all of a sudden the one that's rallying. It's weird. The stores were selling off yesterday. Now the stores are coming back. Nordstrom up 1.4% here. FCC to vote to approve SpaceX satellite plan. Be good for SpaceX. All right, we'll look at the Bloomberg terminal in a moment. We'll see what's happening here. But Microvision rotating down again, 15% to the downside. Let's quickly take a peek at Treasury yields. Now 1.58%. Can't really say it's Treasury yields spooking people here. Let's go look at the top news here. Or let's see if Bloomberg's got anything. Let's listen to Bloomberg for a moment.
Low inventories going forward and people using more and more private automobiles. But Europe, we think it's going to be that same story where what's the catalyst to really take Europe higher from here at this point? Probably not through this summer. I don't think Europe's going to be the outperforming region.
Suppressed valuations has been the argument for much of the last decade, not just the last few months. Sarah Malik and Keith Lerner, thank you, guys. Good to catch up, as always. Let's get you some sector price action this morning. Equities down about 0.1% and change on the S&P, on the Nasdaq down by 1/3. Here's Abby.
John, it really feels like traders and investors are jockeying for position because moments ago it felt a little bit more as though there was a risk on tone, and now it's disappearing a little bit. If we go into the Bloomberg terminal and take a look at the IMAP, we are going to see most sectors are down. That was not the case earlier. Up top, though, we still have those cyclical sectors, energy, industrials, and financials being helped out in the case of energy by oil, financials by rising yields. On bottom, we have some of the true defense, healthcare, and utilities, but of concern, you also have tech and communication services that, of course, ahead of the big report reports that we have tonight from Microsoft and Alphabet, and tomorrow Apple, Amazon, Facebook, and so forth. Interestingly, it's not often that you have markets really match up pretty evenly, but on the week, the top sectors today are the top sectors over the last week. The financials and energy really getting a bid. On bottom, and this is a positive for the bulls, are the true defensive sectors, staples and utilities. Both of those are the two down sectors over the last week. So again, risk on tone. We're not far from a record high. Let's see whether or not the day can bring it. But again, it feels like there's a bit of a jockeying for position.
Abby, thank you. Financials just a little bit better today, higher. Yield curve a little bit steeper. Yields up a couple of basis points on 10s. 2's unchanged. Your 10-year up 2 basis points, 1.586%. Coming up, the market moving events you need to be watching. That'll be next in our trading diary, with equities basically trending lower, with your S&P 500 down a little more than 0.1%. Your NASDAQ down 0.4. This is Bloomberg.
All right, let's go back here. Let's see what's going on in sticks here. Trying to understand, but they're obviously observing this sort of rotation to the negative as well. I mean, how could you not? Everything all of a sudden just turned red. 14% here on Microvision, sort of bottoming out here. The last 5-6 minutes has been bottoming out here around this 14% level. Same thing with Tesla, bottoming out a little bit. A little bizarre that it's bottoming out kind of right where we have a line for Tesla, which is a support line for Tesla. Kind of odd. Microvision's fighting. Look at this. It's bouncing a lot here. I can't even keep my eye on it on the left here. Down 3% right now. It's really moving up and down this candlestick pretty violently right now. So we'll see how this moves. GameStop is holding on to the momentum beacon here. But golly, momentum trades have certainly fallen apart. And boy, oh boy, those fell apart fast. And we were talking about in some of these, Nano Dimension fell apart slowly. We saw that. But still think there's meat in Nano. AMC had a few minutes of a rally. And then same thing, fell apart pretty quickly. We'll see if AMC can come back. IPOE still up 2.2%, not that full 3% we had a little bit ago. Marathon, couple percent. Pinterest went green here with Etsy, about 1.5%. Airbnb sitting at 176. Chipotle, 1483. Peloton's back to, I don't know, 103, 104, somewhere around there. A Square still holding on to some green. And what else do we have in terms of red? Yeah, still sitting by that down 4% here on Tesla. Same thing with Microvision, still sitting around that bottom, trying to recover a little bit. Mind Medicine is really, in my opinion, the one to pay attention to. I wonder how much of an impact Mind's rotation here. There we go. Just went green again. It's really bouncy though. I mean, it's popping between green and red here pretty quickly. Moving up the chart now though, back to 3.8% green. Slowly moving back up the chart. That is so weird that Mind Medicine's going from down 4% to up 4% now. I mean, these are some crazy, crazy swings here. Even intra 1 minute candlestick. This is incredible. It's coming back though. Look at that. It's trending up right now. 6.6%. Maybe withstood that beating and sell pressure, and it's coming back. See here, are any of the other ones coming back? Mind Medicine now, yeah, AMC trending back up. Okay. AMC trending back up. Mind Medicine back to about that 8.7% on the upside, 9%, 10%. This is such a weird open. This is bizarre. Wow. What a move. All right. Let's listen in here for a moment.
Bill McGowan, John Taffer, Joe Concha, Sandra Smith, all on deck for the show. And I'll make a prediction. I think we're going to have a blockbuster summer. All the signs are there. Here we go. Rip-roaring economy and American summer.
Okay. That's all you're going to say? So Varney thinks we're going to have a rip-roaring summer, shows a picture of Bill Gates on the beach and goes to commercial. Makes sense.
What I like is that our viewers understand, and they told me to say what you do.
Thank
see you tonight.
Good Jimmy to the moon.
Mad Money tonight, 6 p.m.
What?
We're back in a minute with Mike Roman at 3 a.m. Don't go away.
I really don't get it sometimes. I don't get it, Jim. Jim, you are confusing us so badly. Yeah, Jim's losing it. I mean, it's sad, but that was, I don't know, that was a little odd there, Jim. Okay, Hyliion just came out of nowhere. Look at that. Yeah, Hyliion just out of nowhere. It's up 6.7%. Gosh, Mind Medicine is so volatile this morning. Such a weird one here. And crazy volatility. Bitcoin slowly approaching that 55K again. Yeah, Pinterest, Matterport up about 1.8. Microvision down 13. Tesla's holding on to that 4%. It's really playing that line slightly below now. Churchill Capital recovering a little bit from that brief sell-off there. Boy, that was bizarre. Just all of a sudden. Yesterday, by the way, somebody posted. Remember how yesterday we saw the market suddenly selling off somewhere around 30% off before the close? Or sorry, 30 minutes before the close. Anyway, somebody posted this. This looks like a Benzinga here. Just about 32 minutes before the close, a large 1,000 name sell program hit a market focused mostly on growth names. The sell-off quickly drove the down to session lows. That was interesting because that was something that we observed. All of a sudden, the computers just tanking the market yesterday. I'll tell you, these suits, they got their special little ways of screwing with us. It's so annoying. It's a little tougher to trade, tougher to make decisions. Take a peek at this. I would be honored if you would vote in this. I posted this on Twitter yesterday because there's a recall election in California that was announced yesterday. Give this a vote, yes or no, on how to fix California. 0 state income tax, legalize plus tax gambling, merge most community colleges with high schools so that people can get licensed by 18, more teacher money, fast housing permits, more homes, no homeless, tunnels, not traffic, more business, manufacturing jobs. I don't know. It's just an interesting theory. Love to see your votes on that, on yes versus no. All right, let's go back to the sticks. Microvision. Still sitting in the toilet here, about 14% right now on the downside. Hydrofarm, Playboy, Skills. A lot of the momentum ones all of a sudden over here in the dirty side of the chart. With Mind Medicine, though, still holding on to that 10% on its first day of being uplisted. Ethereum and Bitcoin moving slightly higher as well. Let's go to top news here. Okay, U.S. April consumer confidence just came in at 121. I think we're actually going to cover that right here, so let's listen to it.
1.7. That's about 8 points higher than we expected, and that is the best number since February when this index was at 132 and change. And if we look at
that's a good beat.
The situation, it's at 139, which is what, 29 higher than our last look at 110, and what coming down the road in the form of expectations, 109.8. Now, that's an interesting one because that's not far off from our last look at 109.6. But let's remember, expectations is the hardest to calibrate at this point. And Richmond Fed also hitting the wires. This is an April number as well. 17. We're expecting a number around 23. So even though it's the best of the year, December's was 19. It is a bit of a disappointment. We see that yields are slightly elevated, but you want to pay attention on 10s to 161. And we have 62 billion 7-year notes hitting the streets at 1 p.m. Eastern today. Morgan, back to you.
Which we know you'll be watching very closely, Rick Santelli. Thank you. May I also just say that our show team is just crushing it with music lately. We are 30 minutes into the trading session. Here are the 3 big movers we are watching, starting with UPS. Surging after briskly beating on earnings. Results were driven by a more than 14% increase in volume from a year earlier as e-commerce does continue to boom. You can see shares are up 11%, leading the S&P. Dow component 3M, meantime, topping estimates, the pandemic continuing to drive demand for PPE. Shares are falling this morning. Nonetheless, though, down about 3%. We're going to speak with 3M CEO Mike Roman later this hour, so stay tuned for that. Lastly, JetBlue beating on both the top and bottom lines, echoing other airlines, saying it is seeing a rebound in passenger demand. David.
Thank you, Morgan. Well, of course, another big story we're watching this morning is Tesla out with its latest quarterly earnings after the bell yesterday. The stock down about 4% right now, worsening early losses. Let's get over to Phil LeBeau for the numbers and a lot more details. Phil.
David, a little of something for everyone in this earnings report. The skeptics will look at it and say, not the greatest quality. The bulls will look at it and say, boy, look at those automotive gross margins. So the three big numbers behind them posting better than expected earnings with a profit of 93 cents a share. The automotive gross margins up nearly 100 basis points to 26.5%.
Yep.
By the way, strip out the ZEV credits. Those are the electric vehicle credits. And they still had better than expected auto margins. But the ZEV credits and Bitcoin sale, that helped them swing to a profit. Strong demand and execution. That's what Elon Musk was talking about, as the first quarter was much more active than Tesla usually sees.
We've seen a real shift in customer perception of electric vehicles, and our demand is the best we've ever seen. So this is, we're used to seeing a reduction in demand in the first quarter, and we saw an increase in demand.
I'm going to pull off this. We watched this whole thing yesterday. We spent like 4 hours on this. Really, I think this is going to go down as Tesla's worst quarter this year. And that's not a surprise. Not a surprise to expect Q1 to be the worst quarter. But it's also coming at the same time as that S and X, being down, basically. The Model S and X facility being down is a big problem. It crushed a lot of things. But despite that, we had margin growth at Tesla. Big dollars. On the call.
Initial limited production.
Last night.
From those factories this year.
Yeah, this is, I mean, we have enough of a summary from this, from my videos yesterday. If you want to watch those, just type in Meet Kevin Tesla. Let's go back to the sticks here for a moment. Honestly, I'm a little bit burned out on Tesla with just how much coverage we had of Tesla yesterday. Anyway, down 3%. Oh, I'm sorry, down 3% of a gain on Mind Medicine. I'll tell you, the volatility here on Mind Medicine is absolutely incredible on its first uplisting day. You've got Matterport up about 2.4%. Nice little rally here on Matterport. Very, very good. Hyliion taking the lead, though, right now. We've got Penn National Gaming, 5.9% on the upside. And on the downside, Microvision down 17% right now. Oh, Tesla is recovering from its 4% decline. They are doing some commentary on Tesla. I will listen to commentary. See that?
Well, I mean, I understand the
S and X lines are down because they stopped manufacturing the S and X completely at the end of Q4, and they're redoing the entire interior to make it look just like the Cybertruck. So it uses the same half steering wheel, the same floating panel display rather than the built-in display that the Model X has now. They're standardizing everything on the interior, and they're putting in the new structural battery packs into the S and X to sell the plaid versions. It's a huge shift on these vehicles.
You have to.
I mean, basically all that's left is the frame of the car. They gutted the inside to rebuild the inside, and the battery pack. It's a huge gut.
Partially why they invested in Bitcoin, which personally confused me as a sustainability investor, why they would invest in something that is so carbon intensive. While they're trying.
This is such old news. This it uses a lot of energy. Gosh, nobody can look towards the future of what this can do now that we've scaled to this energy.
Bitcoin in the quarter helped to power the bottom line as well. Does that mean that you think that Tesla should just be steering clear of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general?
I think this is not. I mean, this is extremely carbon intensive application. And investing in solar, which is great. They did this fantastic vertical integration where they did solar panels, they did battery storage. You can this way supplant the dirty grid and make sure that your power is clean, you're generating it, your car is clean, etc. And then going and investing in this, like I said, probably one of the, I mean, what are the numbers? Something like, Bitcoin mining is the equivalent energy use of a country like Argentina and Sweden. We're already behind on renewable energy integration worldwide. We don't need one more additional.
I don't know. I can't handle more of this. Should I move this to a different channel?
We're already digitizing everything. This is problematic for a clean tech company as far as I'm concerned.
Ibrahim, it's one thing for the other players to start to catch up and take sand from the sandbox, as you point out. It's another for a government to actively champion the local players that they have, and that's what the street is wondering if China's doing. Is that what's happening in China right now?
I mean, I can't really speak to China. I know the White House today, required the U.S. grid to have 80% of its power coming from emissions-free sources this morning, which I think is, very exciting, because as we know, the transition from a high carbon to a low carbon economy, which includes obviously electrifying the transportation sector and the energy sector, having a carbon-free energy sector, upgrading all our infrastructure to their 21st century clean counterparts. That's going to be probably the biggest investment opportunity in human history as we transition that. So I am very bullish about what we're doing in our country here, where we were falling behind as we were championing expiring sectors in the past, like coal, which fortunately I'm sure you read that the coal unions now are also championing a low carbon future as well. So this administration is getting us ready to capitalize on what will be the biggest investment in human history, which is upgrading all our infrastructure from its 19th and 20th century high carbon intensity technologies to their 21st century low carbon.
Okay, I'm gonna pull off this guy. I mean, short of his Bitcoin comments, he's not wrong. The Biden push towards the green and infrastructure is absolutely going to help. Push this energy revolution. All right, what do we got over here?
And you wrote an op-ed, and the title was "Give Bill Maher an Oscar." You say he called it. What was Bill Maher right about?
He was right about everything. He did a little clip about 2 weeks before. He said the Oscars should be called the Downers for Debbie Downer.
Okay, we're gonna pull off this. This is I don't understand what exactly this has to do with business at all. Fox Business. I really don't. Let's go to Bloomberg.
Doesn't it? I know it's gonna be
I'm
weird.
not invited, but hey, maybe one day. Okay, what are we going to do next? We're going to talk earnings next. We're going to go back to we may do a little bit of commodities
It's
as
happening.
well. Lisa Shallett, Morgan Stanley is going to be joining us next.
All right, what else going on? Jeez, what a day. Honestly, I gotta say, the whole maybe you don't know yet. Okay, hold on. This refresh on the Tesla Model X. Let's see. Model X interior screen. I want to show this. Just look at this. Okay. Model X. This is the Model X right now. I have this right here. So you got the big round steering wheel. You got this sort of built-in screen right here. All right. Keep an eye on that. Okay, watch the Model X, what it's going to look like now. You ready for this? Look at that. Look at that transformation. That is insane. Look at this. Now, big round steering wheel. Built-in screen over here. Lot of things have to be changed when you got a built-in screen like that to that. Oh my gosh, look how clean that looks. The vents are now part of this, so they've had to sort of relocate the HVAC system. They ripped all this out to redo this. The half steering wheel, the floating screen over here. But folks, what I think Wall Street does not get, and I think it's pathetic, it's stupid. But what I think Wall Street does not get is look at the interior of the Model X. Okay, remember that. Remember that interior for a moment. Go to the Model S here. Model S. Look at the interior of the Model S. You notice all the differences? No? Good. Tesla Cybertruck. Let's see if I don't know if they show interiors here. Come on. Cybertruck interior. It's not really going to be the best shot that we get. Where's the darn thing? Little hard to tell. This is the best shot that we have, but it's roughly the same as well. And the point is making all of them the same. That's the point. And Wall Street doesn't seem to understand that by ripping out these cars, the interiors, and making them all the same, it's a big profit center. Let's look at the Model 3. I haven't actually done this. I want to see how similar the Model 3 is going to be on the inside. Let's take a peek. You're looking for as few differences as possible, and then we'll go back to the sticks. Why is it so sticky, this website? There we go. Pretty similar. The only difference that we have here on the Model 3 is they're still using the old steering wheel. But you can see they took that inspiration from the Model 3 design here. And then now they're using that new steering wheel, which they're using on the Cybertruck, the S and X. But otherwise, they're taking that Model 3 inspiration and applying it to the other cars. Standardizing parts. It's so smart. It's so smart. Oh my gosh. It's so good. Like this. I don't know. I'm very happy with Tesla. If it goes under 700, I'm buying more. All right, let's go back to the sticks here. Microvision's down 17%. Definitely got a solid downtrend here. For the title of the video, the answer is no. The rally is not continuing. The rally has substantially hit the brakes. The exception of Sundial, all of a sudden trying to break out here. GameStop trying to push. AMC trying to move forward. Voyager Digital moving to the 4% upside. We got AMC moving to the upside a little bit here. Matterport at 3% here. Matterport's consistently been up in the last about 15 minutes here. Yeah, ish had a little breather. All right. Do we have any news? Do we have any actual news? Let's see if we have any actual news here. So rent crisis. Okay, this is about honestly, this whole rental forgiveness thing has been a disaster with the requirements that have been part of the program. It's just been disgusting for both landlords and tenants. U.S. stocks drop ahead of mega cap tech earnings. Let's take a look at what we've got coming up on the earnings calendar today. All right, S&P slipped from all-time high. 3M weighed on S&P. Okay, all eyes will be on Microsoft and Google today. Let's take a look at after the bell. So at close, we're going to have, oh my gosh, wow, the earnings today are going to be nuts. You better be here for it. I'm going to be covering earnings, and you know I'm fast with these earnings, okay? We have Pinterest at 4:05 at the same time as Starbucks and Visa and Enphase. Jeez, man, how am I going to cover all of those at the same minute? But we're going to do it. We're going to do it all fast. We'll go 20 seconds on each if we have to. Then we're going to do Microsoft at 4:10, Google at 4:30. Oh my gosh, Texas Instruments at 4. This is a huge day. Amgen reports at 4. Navient. What else do we have here? Chubb Corporation. I haven't heard of that one. Yum China Holdings. Okay, these are getting to smaller caps here. But yeah, that's big. Today's a big earnings day. And again, that was AMD, Microsoft, Pinterest, Google, Starbucks, Visa, Enphase, Texas Instruments. Wow. That's a big old day that we've got coming up here. That's going to be fun. I'll see you at the market close for sure. Well, and of course, come to the private course member live stream. You get to ask your Q&A. We'll interact in the chat. Will be fun. That'll be in about an hour and 44 minutes. Use that coupon code to join. All right. That's a huge earnings day. I mean, wow, that's even bigger than yesterday. I mean, yesterday we just had Tesla, but that's a lot to cover. So that'll be fun. A lot to cover, a lot to digest. GameStop trending back down a little bit. It's a messy day. Messy day. Where did mine go? Nano Dimensions only up 2.7%, just completely evaporating here. A horrible evaporation there. Yeah, but not as bad as the evaporation line. I don't even know where it went. Not Mind Technology. We need Mind Medicine. Oh, Mind Medicine's down 4% again. What is this? This is the bizarrest day I have seen in a while. I mean, zero consistency on this day. Microvision down 17% here. Looks like it's got another shelf. You know, it had a bottom over here at 22.85. Now it's setting a bottom at 21.85. Tesla's accelerating, down 4.2% here. Trending down to approximately get down under 700 here momentarily. With NIO down 2%. Keep in mind, I do feel like the short sellers are somewhat accelerating these declines. And this is sort of reiterating the short movement. Ah, man. All right. What about Barnes? Barnes got anything for us? No. Barnes on commercial. Bloomberg?
Fed to, shift their rhetoric. We've been in the camp that says, the Fed is going to get what it wants, and what it wants is inflation. And the way to get it there is for them to stand back and let it happen a little bit. And I think that they've made it clear that they're willing to, quote unquote, take the heat from the bond market and the so-called bond vigilantes. They're going to try to hold firm and be patient to let inflation, seep into this economy.
And that's where I feel like that encapsulates the issue for investors, because on the one hand, you have those favorable macro conditions. On the other hand, you are looking at shortages like you've been talking about. So I wonder, do you think that pricing pressures will manifest in inflation, or do you feel like it's just going to be at the corporate level, making that stock picking more relevant?
No, we actually do think you're going to see it in the economy. You're already, to your point, we're seeing it in housing prices. I mean, those housing price increases this morning are definitely breathtaking. Those are some pretty big double-digit numbers for the month, and harken back to what we saw back in the housing boom of 2006. So that is noteworthy, and I think when you talk about some of those type prices, that trickles down. It trickles down into the trades and wages that tradespeople are going to be earning, and into the whole housing-related complex, which, as we know, has huge multiplier effects around the economy, into small businesses and into local communities.
Lisa, have a great day. Thanks for your time
Thank
today.
you.
Really appreciated. Interesting conversation.
Yeah, the Fed talking this week again is going to be interesting. I mean, that's going to lead to a Fed press conference tomorrow. That's going to lead to Biden's speech tomorrow. That's going to lead to my interview with the MindMed CEO and Kevin O'Leary tomorrow. At this rate, I'm worried that we're going to have a red day for that interview tomorrow. It's a mess. It's a mess. Somebody here's got a comment. Yoke steering wheel, that's sort of half wheel. Hostile architecture for I think you mean forcing people to get full self-driving. Nobody drives with their hands at 9.3. I mean, I don't know that you need to get the full self-driving, but even if you had the just the auto steer, you could hold, just probably jiggle the wheel a little bit. You do have Formula One using those kinds of steering wheels, and in Formula One they're deemed to be a little bit more convenient because you don't have to turn the wheel as much. But yeah, it's definitely going to be an adjustment for people. You're not wrong about that. The iPhone was a big adjustment for many people. That took years for people to really adopt. So that App Store coming out a year after the phone was announced, though, that was the real game changer there. Anyway, Tesla 4.2% to the downside here. Mind Medicine, ouch. Now it's down 6 to 7% here. Trying to green candle right now. Yeah. Microvision 19%. Oh my gosh. This is a mess. Meet Kevin, when you coming out to Austin? Let's film the Gigafactory. Old school Meet Kevin YouTube style. That would be fun. I would actually, I would like to go there. I doubt you're able to go onto the facility grounds, though. I'm sure they got security. You have to film it from, across the river or wherever the entrance. I don't know. Or you could sneak onto it. That would be cool. Sneaking, like people. I'm sure people have already done videos like that. Sneaking onto the Tesla a factory site, and sort of exploring it at night. I'm sure their security is so wise to that, though. I mean, sometimes if you get like mall cop security, you could pull it off. But if you got a good camera guy or a good camera set up there watching, and somebody actually watching those monitors, you're screwed. But it would be fun. I'm not advocating trespassing. Okay, I'm just saying. I can imagine in like a movie or something that would be entertaining. Microvision 18.3%. Ocugen down 9, BNGO 6, NGA down 5, Tesla down 4.2, Churchill down 3, EXPI down 2.9. Yeah, wow, this is a lot of pain. And now do keep in mind, we do have a lot of uncertainty coming up over the next day, right? Fed talking. We don't know exactly what Biden is going to release tomorrow. We don't know what earnings are going to say later today. There's a lot of craziness coming. Most vehicles today have 12-20 steering or actually Formula 1. Yeah, that's true. The ratio is probably way different. That's probably why they don't have to turn the wheel as much. So that makes you wonder how much they're going to have to change the ratio on the yoke. Because I do think it's be a little harder to do like a big turn on the yoke. You know, you can kind of like turn the wheel in that kind of motion on a normal steering wheel. Especially if you're backing up and such. I imagine the ratio would have to change on the yoke, but I don't know. I don't think the steering wheel is an option. I'm not sure about that. I don't think so. Contact a rep if you're an investor. I'm sure you can get some sort of permission. Man, why would you ask for permission if you could just go? Just kidding. No, that is the correct thing to do. 4.2%, Churchill Capital 3%, Neo 2.6. These all on the downside here. Neo accelerating its decline, I should say. Peloton's down 1.3. Gosh, lots of red all of a sudden. Enphase ahead of earnings on the down here. Square went down here. Neo's falling. Lemonade's going down. By the way, go to metkevin.com/lemonade to get an insurance quote for not just life insurance, but homeowners insurance, renters insurance, and pet insurance. You'll love it. A fair disclaimer, though, I do own the stock, and now they're like, Kevin, we'll sponsor you too. Just mention that. I do support them though a lot. I think their platform is amazing. Sundial's the only thing running right now. The only thing running, 8.92%. GameStop up 5.92%. Matterport's holding on to some gains here, but otherwise, folks, this is a I think just a disaster of an open. Disastrous open. Not a lot of exciting news here. Nothing really going on. Consumer confidence climbed. Okay, big deal. Big deal. Not a big deal, actually. Well, I guess that's the point of saying sarcastically big deal. Bitcoin. Hey, Bitcoin's rallying almost back to 55,000. Ethereum moving up almost to 2,600 again. Nice rally in the coins again. We still have that bet going that as long as Doge hits $1 by May 1st, I don't have to shave. I have to say, I've been a little bit disappointed over the last 10 days. We are getting some green candlesticks off the coins right now. Hey, there you go. Every 60 seconds, someone gets Lemonade insurance. You know, they would just be so much better off, though, if they went to metkevin.com/lemonade to get that insurance. Would any Tesla prospective buyer be interested in a 3D printed yoke to steering wheel conversion kit? That's brilliant. Some kind of attachment for the other half to turn it round again. I wonder if that would like screw up the airbag. I mean, I imagine maybe not, but that is hilarious. Yeah, that's crazy. It'll be interesting to see that. UPS? Yeah, UPS had a rally this morning. Yeah, UPS up 11%. Really good job off, good bounce there off earnings. Otherwise, just pain. Where's Mind? Where'd it go? Mind Medicine. Now it's green again. It's flat. But what a mess. What a mess. What a day. Okay, folks, that's all I got for you right now. Folks, I will see you in the next video. I appreciate you being here. Thanks so much. Come to the market closing live stream. We got a crap ton of earnings to cover. And come to the course member live stream in an hour and 33 minutes. Check out that coupon code down below, expiring soon. And folks, see you soon.